welcome. An episode, an unscripted gaming that you're listening to right now. It is the Halloween episode that we do every year. And
hello,
this year is no
ghouls
different.
and goblins. We have been furloughed from the federal government.
That's the true horror is
the entities are loose.
Election. I could use an entity right now to be loose. That would actually be a lot more interesting. So let's talk about. Hey, Mike, how you doing, by the way?
Hi, Ray. How are you? Happy Halloween, folks.
Happy Halloween to you. What are you good? You gonna tell me what you're gonna dress as, or is that gonna be a surprise?
Yeah, I don't know if it's gonna. I don't know. My daughter wants me to be the same thing I was last year, which was a door.
I was about to say, didn't you say she
and I don't. Frankly, I'm not sure if I want to lug around a door while I'm trying to help two children trick or treat. I got to figure out something. I don't know. I'm working on it. I don't have a lot of time though. We don't really have a theme, like a group theme. I think my one daughter is going to be a princess. The other one is going to be Kiki from Kiki's Delivery Service.
Okay, that's cool.
And so there's not a lot of cohesion there. So I don't really know. I was kind of just hoping to get away with Dad. It's my Halloween costume.
Yeah.
Perhaps I'll find a fetching hat or cap of some kind. I don't know. Try that.
My costume was a very nice hat.
And everyone's like, wow, what a hat. Look at that thing. Yeah, we'll go with that.
Nice hat. Nice hat.
We've got to figure something out. But yeah, we're works in progress. Apparently.
All right.
How about you?
So my wife wants us to go as some of the emotions from Inside Out 2. And my wife has a pixie cut, so she always gets compared to Joy. And so she's absolutely going as Joy this year. I'm like, okay, that's cute. And I said, wait a minute, what emotion am I supposed to be? She's like, I don't know, anger or anxiety. Pick one.
Oh, so she looks at you, the black person, and is like, hey, what about anger? Is that what?
Yeah,
what she? Wow. High key problematic there, Ray's wife.
I said both of those.
I hope she listens to this and realizes.
And also, neither of us have actually seen. Neither of us have actually seen Inside Out 2, so we don't even know if these characters are kind of cool in the movie. I'm assuming they are.
I'm gonna be honest. I think I'm a thumbs down on. I think I'm a thumbs down on this costume idea. I just don't think it's that good. I'm sorry. I
actually, what I'm going as. So we are doing the family group costume because that's what Anna wants, and she listened to my idea last year. I went as Vegeta, and our little baby boy went as Trunks, and she was Bulma. And
I see that. Yeah.
See, you can see the vision of that because much like me, you're also a nerd, and you're like, yeah, that makes perfect sense. What's wrong? For my personal costume, for when I go teach at the college, I'm dressing as Mr. Terrific from Superman. I'm like, wait a minute. That's shit fun. Rocks. That's what I'm going to dress as, so I got the costume for that already in the closet. So when we're walking around the neighborhood, we're probably not going to walk around the neighborhood. When we're handing out candy, we'll be dressed as the characters from Inside Out. When I'm at my job, I'm going to be Mr. Terrific. Because Mr. Terrific is cool.
Yeah, he's definitely just has his second superpower is just, I'm just going to do aura stuff. I'm just gonna generate aura and hype, and that's my actual superpower. It's I guess he's smart or something else, but kind of just seems like his goal is to just be this most swagged up person in any room he walks into. And the second he crashes into the tower, and you're like, oh, that's kind of an unswagged moment. Then he stands up and immediately fixes the jacket. You're like, oh, see, look there, see, he's got it back, just like that.
He lost it for all of a second, but
just to keep, he's just keeping it interesting.
So we should talk about some SCPs. Now I have 3 of them here, and they're all kind of. You have 4?
No, I don't have 4. I have 1 on honestly, because of the government shutdown.
Okay.
Our Halloween tradition here, folks, for those who may not know, is to dig into the SCP archive, which is basically a creative hub of sorts. Basically, it's like a giant Wikipedia for scary things that a government agency has been drafted to manage. It'd be kind of like an X-Files adjacent type thing, and there are 100 gajillion different articles in here of all sorts of some are funny, some are very scary, and even worse, some are cringe. So Ray and I like to just root around here and find some just ones that are interesting and kind of read through them, talk about them, and kind of go from there. So that's the basic gist of what we are doing here. So, Ray, why don't you hit us with the first one? What you got?
So I have 2 jokes and 1 semi-serious one. I'll start with the joke. This is SCP-529. This is Josie the cat. It's just a tabby cat, except it's cut in half. You look at it, you can see the front half of the cat. It's got the front paws. It's a gray marking tabby cat with a little M on the forehead, like tabby cats have. And yeah, it just looks like a cat. But yes, the lower half of it is, or what we would call the back half of it, is just completely missing. It has no other health problems whatsoever. And the organization says, that's weird. By the way, they did a DNA test. This cat's a female, just in case that you want to know. But it doesn't have any hind regions. So that doesn't mean much of anything besides the fact that its DNA identifies it as a female. That's it. It's a half of a cat. By the way, its object class is safe because it's just half of a cat.
Huh. Sorry, follow-up question. Is it both? Is it the front half?
It's just the front half.
Or is it like a Hammurabi, we're cutting this thing right down the middle, the long way?
Oh, so you're is it like this way?
The long way, yeah.
No, if it was like a human, it just would be the top half.
Okay. That's foul. This reminds me of how when we were kids, my mom wouldn't let us watch Cat Dog. And I don't know if I agree. I don't know if I agreed with every single parenting decision, but in hindsight, that is one I do kind of get because that Cat Dog is fucked up. All right.
It's an interesting
no
show.
one talks about this because they are afraid of what our government will do to silence speech it does not endorse. But Cat Dog is fucked up. Okay. Where's the poop go?
Constant hater of Cat Dog. I do want to say one last thing.
Yeah.
Josie subsists almost entirely on cheese.
Well, you can't give cats cheese. I think that's bad for them.
This cat only eats cheese.
Oh my god! Can you give cats? I'm pretty sure you can't give cats cheese.
They can have a little bit of salami as a treat.
Pet MD says.
Okay.
Okay, in moderation. All right. I guess it's like you could do it, but it might be bad.
Just like how a dog can have chocolate, but they should not have chocolate.
You're better off. Yeah. Good luck teaching your dog moderation.
With anything, with any food.
Right.
Yeah. All right. It's your turn.
All right. I've been really quickly trying to find. I'm like, hey, is there an SCP about what happens when the government shuts down? This just hit me. So I'm trying to find it. I don't think there is one. I'm sure there's something around there, but it's not that important. Oh, we'll see. We'll see what happens. But okay. Mine is. Oh, let me get back to it here. So this is SCP-4223 by a user named Stormbreath.
Stormbreath. Okay.
And I read this one, and it really spoke to me on a personal level that I was not expecting at all, and I really felt it. So,
all right.
SCP-4223 is currently regarded as non-anomalous in consensus reality and does not require full containment as a result. Containment procedures are to focus on the maintenance of this perception to the public. SCP-4223-2, so we have like kind of two connected entities here, is regarded as an extremely unlikely but theoretically possible and poorly understood natural phenomenon. This has been accepted into consensus reality, with little research being conducted into the mechanism of 4223-2. Foundation embeds in major universities, research groups, and PepsiCo are to discourage serious scientific inquiry into SCP-4223-2. SCP-4223-1 has been explained as the recipe to SCP-4223-A being hard to reverse engineer as a result of the unusual origin. A cover story detailing the likely existence of an unidentified key ingredient has been disseminated and accepted into consensus reality.
Okay.
Ray, do you think you know where we're going here?
Is this... Wait a minute. PepsiCo. Is this just Mountain Dew?
SCP-4223 is a pair of anomalous phenomena affecting the production of Subject A. Exhibit A, I'll call it here. By itself, A has been determined to be non-anomalous. A is a carbonized soft drink with an aquamarine color and a tropical lime flavor, with the designation of 4223-A covering a wide variety of slight deviations. The most common variant of SCP-4223-A is commercially sold and marketed as Mountain Dew Baja Blast by PepsiCo.
I would actually accept
you just
that
love it.
Baja Blast is an SCP that the organization has lost control over.
And honestly, with how I pick some of these sometimes, if I can't, like, there's one I don't remember off the top of my head to try and go find out, I really just hit the random button. And it's a really great way to explore the SCP world, is just find, like, a randomizer, just click and read and see if you like it or not. And I clicked random. Shit you not. This was the first one I got. And I'm like, it's the Baja Blast SCP. And I'm like, this is it? It's perfect. I'm like, I'm good. I think I'm good. So as it goes on to kind of outline here, SCP-4223-1 is a global phenomenon inhibiting the artificial synthesis of Exhibit A. Despite the ability of recipes to produce Mountain Dew in regions not affected by 4223-1, such recipes will produce 4223-B in the presence of 4223-1. B is an uncarbonated liquid which has a taste exclusively described as battery acid. No other descriptors have ever been applied to 23-B and is believed to be a low-grade cognito hazard. As a result, imitations of Mountain Dew cannot be produced, as they generally fall under the small range of variations included in the designation. As such, -A is marketed as a unique and rare novelty product and is typically regarded as a high-end soft drink. 4223-2 is a local phenomena affecting Hartman Geyser located in Baja, California, Mexico. The surrounding area of the Hartman Geyser is composed of non-anomalous silicates and calcium compounds, as well as several cationic metallic particles which hold their charge despite being grounded. These particles partially act as a catalyst for Baja Blast. Natural processes in and around the geyser result in the production of Baja Blast in the well of the Hartman Geyser once per year, typically in late August. The Hartman Geyser will erupt as a result of the accumulated pressure. This eruption is then bottled by PepsiCo and distributed commercially. And
wow.
Just to basically to get into it, some of the deeper, you get some links to some other ones here, like it's the this geyser was believed to have been created in the aftermath of the Apotheosis event, in which SCP-001 was assembled near La Paz, Mexico in late 1942. And I'm just like, I love the history of, like, we created this, like, horror, this, like, insane horror machine. Also, we accidentally created Baja Blast. And
wait, is Baja Blast created or is it harvested from that geyser type of thing you were describing?
It's harvested from the geyser.
Okay.
And basically the story is like, hey, that they're talking to like another. Eventually, it's like one agent is talking to an SCP agent from like an alternate reality, and so it's like this guy is like, hey, I'm going to go get something to drink. Do you want anything? He's like, oh, the usual, Baja Blast, water, tea, whatever you want. And they're like, is that fancy in your universe? And it's like, oh yeah, it is. Isn't it in yours? And it's like, nope, it's just a low end soda, bad rep. I'll take one. And it tastes the same. So it's like just a minor novelty in your dimension. I suppose it's really only sold in Taco Bell, so I guess it's exclusive there. And the other guy's like, oh yeah, I guess that's weird. I mean, ours just like comes from a geyser. And the other person's like, hey, that is 100% fucked up. That's not right.
Yeah.
That's not where that shit comes from. And the guy who's like, wait, what? But it also it's
where do you think it comes from?
And they talk to Pepsi about it, and they're like, well, we can't. No, we can't do anything about that. I love the conclusion of like, hey, this is great. Oh fuck, this might be a problem. And then everyone in the end being like, it's mostly fine. And just not worrying about it. And just enjoying Baja Blast. Okay. You get into some really deep kind of SCP lore with some of the connections here. But yeah. Apparently, I guess for other ancient lore here, in another reality, Mountain Dew is formed as the natural accumulation of liquids on small plants in a few mountains in Siberia.
Okay, so they took that kind of literally.
Yeah, and it just cracks me up. And it's just kind of like good stuff you can find on this. Like I never would have imagined this, but it's just like I appreciate
that's a good one.
Taking a spin on the wonderful world of Baja Blast. And yeah, I would, if Baja Blast came from a geyser, I mean, that would be fine. I have no objection.
You would probably still drink it.
I have no objection to that.
Okay. All right. That's a cute one. Definitely cuter than the cat that's just simply cut in half. and just exists just fine.
Maybe we could fix it with the power of aquamarine and lime flavored soda.
I've never had Baja Blast.
What?
Yeah, I've never had it. I'm not a soda drink. I'm not a soda drinker in like the best of days, and the soda that I do drink is typically like diet or sugar free.
They've got diet Baja Blast.
I heard of that, and this is like a new thing to me. So one
it's
day
newer.
I'll just like spin like the two. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But it's like
I'll
one of
spend, like,
the
$2
diet
and try
Baja
it.
Blast is like maybe one of the last great American innovations that we will have in our lifetime. Okay.
Wow.
You know.
Wow.
Like, we may live in the Chinese century, right?
Oh my
but
goodness.
they do not have Diet Baja Blast. I mean, they probably do because Pepsi ships it globally. But we invented it here first. Look, we don't have a lot to hang our hat on right now. We gotta take these. We gotta take these small, these small wins.
Goodness.
But you should go get a Diet Baja Blast, and either just like
I think I gotta go to the store tomorrow. I'll try it.
Yeah, or like the zero sugar. I think it might be zero sugar. Technically, not like diet.
I'll get the zero sugar one.
But they taste like exactly the same, and it's so good. You're gonna love it.
What if I mean, I don't like Mountain Dew, so that's another reason why I've never had Baja Blast. My thought was, why do I want Mountain Dew but a different flavor?
It's better than Mountain Dew. It's Baja Blast.
I mean, yeah, it's in the store right now. I don't have to go to Taco Bell. I'll try it. All right, so I got one last one. Actually, I'm gonna skip the other one. I got one over here. I will end it on a classic. This is technically an SCP classic. By the way, what was the object container class for the Mountain Dew one? I assume it was safe.
Archon.
No fucking way. No, it's not.
That's what it says.
Archon? Which number is it? I'm gonna look that up.
4223.
Archon, get out of here. What the hell? Archon? Why? That doesn't make sense. Okay, whatever. So it's... That implies that the liquid does something to you that's not safe.
I think it's just like the extra universal situation happening is what gives it that designation here.
I mean, yes. Okay. Okay, so in this case, looking up object classes, for those of you not in the know, there's Safe, Euclid, Keter, Thaumiel, and then there's a bunch of secondary classes. There's technically like 13 or 15 different classes, and they've been expanding. Archon class is an anomaly that is theoretically safe. Theoretically, it can be contained. But for whatever reason, it is too costly for the SCP Foundation, which in canon is supposed to have near limitless resources. They've decided, like, this actually isn't worth containing, and it's probably fine. But it could have adverse effects if we do contain it, maybe? I don't know. The object classes are kind of interesting. Archon is... Every time I see Archon, it's sometimes given to, like, a star or something like that when I'm reading SCPs when I get bored. Speaking of SCPs, I'm going to read the classic one. This is an old one. This is, I think this one was actually made by the administrator of the SCP site. Their name is actually called The Administrator. This is SCP-049, object class Euclid. This is, I'm shocked we didn't read this one during the pandemic. This is the Plague Doctor. What I am describing is a human with a large leather robes. They're completely covered in Plague Doctor robes. Theirs are made of cowhide leather. They are wearing the Plague Doctor mask, except there's a caveat. There is no difference between that person's skin and the Plague Doctor suit. The suit is their skin. Also, the Plague Doctor mask, that's not their mask.
Money. Sorry.
But
the cadence of the suit is their skin just triggered the bones are their money. I'm sorry. Continue.
The Plague Doctor mask, that's just their face. That's their bones. They actually did an x-ray on him, and on the SCP site, they showed an x-ray. They're like, oh yeah, that is just his nose. That long beaky part, that's just his nose. And he speaks. He speaks several different languages. One of them is medieval French. The other one is the Old King's English. They have an incredible interview done by some voice actors on the SCP website.
Nice. I like the production. It's nice.
It's the Plague Doctor talking to one of the SCP scientists. He asks him, so how do you want to go ahead and make an introduction? He says that originally in medieval French, and Dr. Ham calls for a translator. He's like, never mind. You speak the Old King's English. We don't need a translation, sir. I can speak it well enough. And then they start talking about going back and forth of like, hey, so, we found 2 dead men next to you, the doctor says to the Plague Doctor. And it's like, oh, yeah, I was trying to cure those 2 guys of the pestilence. And the human doctor, Dr. Ham, by the way, assumes that the Plague Doctor, SCP-49, is just a man out of time because they deal with time travel a lot. And assumes, so when you say the pestilence, are you talking about like the bubonic plague or something like that? He says, bubonic plague. I don't know what that is. No, what I'm talking about is, in all caps, the pestilence. And the doctor says, okay. Were the men that you killed, were they killed by the pestilence? He says, the Plague Doctor answers, well, they weren't completely afflicted by the pestilence, but I helped them so that they won't be affected by it anymore. And I've been perfecting my craft for a lifetime, and if I have to, it will take me another lifetime to make sure that I have it cured. When the doctor asks him, okay, those humans, or what was left of them, if we can call them humans anymore, because apparently he did something to them, what was this pestilence? Is it a cold? Is it something? And he says, well, I can't really describe it, but it is a scourge. It is the great dying. And then the rest of the story is just the Plague Doctor just never really saying what the great pestilence is. But the only inference that you get is he is an evolved, undying human, and he feels that he has been put on this earth to solve it. And because of the way he looks, he kind of knows what he's talking about. He is allowed to roam around. Here's a little bit of lore. He's allowed to roam around the Foundation, because the SCP Foundation, think of it like a gigantic CIA black site. He's allowed to just walk around. Whenever he's taken out of his quarters, he has to be left in chains, because if he's not, something happens, and he incidentally does experiments on somebody and kills them. And then he keeps saying, well, I didn't kill them, I cured them of the pestilence. And that person is very much dead in pieces, and there's
and the SCP Foundation lawyers are like, he cooked us. We can't do anything about that.
Listen, he's spitting over there. I don't know.
Oh, fuck, he didn't. What do you mean he didn't kill him? Oh, why didn't we think of that shit? Oh.
He also
it's very Hannibal Lecter, which is fun.
Well, Hannibal Lecter like eats them, doesn't he?
Yeah, but like, he can't, like, you can't let him out, and then they let him out, and then things go bad.
Yeah, of course. The Plague Doctor does not see a difference between life and death. He says that that's a rudimentary and elementary way of looking at the concept of existence, and that if you are truly a man of science, you'll excel beyond that. I like that line so much, because it also feeds into what he thinks is doing is not killing other humans, but he feels that he's in some way practicing his craft to cure them of said pestilence. Anyways, that's SCP-049. That's one of my, I kind of like the thought experiment of that one a lot. Also, I like to think of the thought of, like, that guy, you see someone with a Plague Doctor mask, what if that is just their face? I like that concept a lot, but they speak perfect French.
Yeah, I like the SCPs. Some of the ones that are like too into the lore or like too interconnected, it's hard to follow along sometimes. I like a Monster of the Week SCP.
Yes.
That's how I kind of, so it's like my X-Files one's like, I'm not a big alien, overarching alien story X-Files person, but I love a Monster of the Week. And I personally think that's where the SCP stuff is the strongest.
Yeah. I'm with you. The interconnecting stories can get a little bit long in the tooth because I don't have the time to read all of the stories. But yeah, when they sit down and they say like, yeah, here's like a weird hole in the ground. We're just going to talk about this for several paragraphs. That's the good stuff to me.
And
all right.
One final thing here. I was thinking about doing this for this year. Didn't get it wrapped up, or didn't get it pulled together. But I've recently acquired a tabletop RPG done by the folks at Haunted Table Games called the Triangle Agency, which is basically SCP, the RPG, which is very fun. And I think if you want to go, if you want to go look at Google it and look up the book, it's very gorgeous. Like the art itself is very cool. The game is extremely funny because I think it gets like the SCP agency stuff very right, because like you don't get like experience points, you get merits and demerits, and if you can get merits as a player by pointing out when somebody, according to the official rule book, should get demerits. So if you tattle on someone correctly, you get merits and they get demerits, which is just like, I feel like the SCP like bureaucratic like business that just cracks me up. It just is so, it's like some of the best stuff, and I just love that they found a way to like put that as a mechanic in the game. So I'm speaking this out into the world to hold myself accountable for doing something with that at some point, potentially as like a little one shot with us or something.
That'd be cute.
I think it would.
That'd be kind of cool.
So. I think Josh would get a kick out of it. So, like, I just love the image. I think just you being like, Josh, you can't do that, and being like, Ray, that's correct. Josh, here's 20 demerits. I don't know. That just sounds great. And you can buy, and like there's an item shop where you can spend your merits, and I think for 3,000 merits, you can buy a helicopter, and for 9,999 merits, you can buy a non-flammable helicopter. Which is it's like, oh, helicopter. Wait.
I love that distinction.
It's
what type of helicopter do you want?
It's like, do you want to chance it with the regular helicopter? Do you want to save big for the non-flammable? I mean, it's a helicopter, but then there's it comes in normal and non-flammable, and you're like,
I love that distinction and how much of the different price difference it is. Like, oh wow, you have helicopter money? Whatever. That's not walking around money. I have non-flammable helicopter money.
Yeah, more things should just come in non-flammable. Like, here's Coke, Diet Coke, and non-flammable Coke, and you're like,
it makes you ask some questions.
Now hold on just a second. You know, that definitely seems like a good scam, right? Like, I'm gonna make the world's first non-flammable credit card.
Yeah.
you could scam hella old people with that. Oh my god.
I say this all the time.
If I was, we can't let people know. Cut this out.
I'm always telling the missus that if I was way more evil, I don't think we would have a mortgage. I'm like almost certain of that. But that's a different evil scheme. Maybe evil Ray will one day make a point.
That's how it works.
It's true. All right, so that will be the podcast. If you want to go ahead and listen to more of our podcasts, because we have plenty more, supposedly we have an episode where we finish off our thoughts on the entire Mission Impossible series coming soon.
Oh God, that's just to give you a little preview, folks. Longtime fans of the podcast may remember Mike's all-time probably #1 crash out still to this day in the immediate aftermath of Rise of Skywalker. I think this gets close to that.
I can't wait to give my thoughts.
I
and
am very
opinions on it.
excited. Fucking hate
And
that
if you, listener, are excited to hear that, a potential Mike Classic crash out, listen to us on this podcast, Unscripted Gaming. And you can go to unscriptedgaming.com. And also you can follow us on our social media sites. I update the Blue Sky every so often. If you have Facebook, weirdo, you can follow us on Facebook. I still update the Facebook because there are people that follow us there.
True.
I don't know what you're doing, but you're doing it. And of course, just follow us on YouTube if you want to see the video versions of these podcasts. I am Ray. Mike, what's your name again?
Mike.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much for listening, and hope you have a good day.
Peace.